We talked about her views on women. We talked about her saying 16-year-old girls are hotter than 25-year-old women. But now it's time we talk about her views on fat women.
300 pounds isn't healthy. It doesn't look good.
Are you a good wife if you get married and then you gain 100 pounds?
Better looking in your 20s if you didn't waste it being fat.
I have made a few videos on the one and only Just Pearly Things, and I purposely avoided the fat topic because I wanted to make a whole video on it, and today is the day. So according to many people in the fat acceptance community, Pearl is one of the worst fat-phobic women that terrorizes the fat community on TikTok.
So I got a few comments like this one on that video that I made about Pearl, essentially saying that I am no better because I'm making fun of her looks as well. And I have one thing to tell you. I don't give a singular flying fuck. I am not a malicious person. I don't go around making fun of other people's looks. I do not think I'm the most gorgeous thing in the world. But until you've done your research on how Pearl has terrorized the plus size community and the things that she has said about us, I don't care. The degrading and dehumanizing things that she has said about plus size people are so disgusting and vile.
Coincidentally though, the fat positive community says the same about me. Now to me, from what I've seen, me and Just Pearly Things have completely different types of content. I've been told that my videos are well thought out. I give tips when I critique the fat positive community. I have a background in binge eating disorder, and I personally don't find the need to just call out a fat person because they're fat. Now Miss Pearly has a little bit of a different approach when talking about fat positivity. She just likes to talk about fat people. It all video with one video that Pearl posted.
Name one girl that looks good at 300 pounds.
My mom!
Okay, to be fair, Muscle Man's mom looks like this. But after this video, people went crazy on TikTok, and that's exactly what they would do. Show Pearl how hot they are.
Show me someone that looks good at 300 pounds.
And here I am. More than 300 pounds and I'm gorgeous.
How hot other 300-pound people were.
Smash. Smash. Double smash.
Or just tell her that she's flat out wrong.
You're wrong there. You know one girl who don't look good right now? You. All us chunky bitches look good.
This 300-pound video theme would gain Pearl a lot of traction, and she would post multiple videos talking about the 300-pound women.
Name someone that looks good at 300 pounds. 300 pounds isn't healthy.
Show me someone that looks good at 300 pounds.
I said name someone that looks good at 300 pounds.
Claiming she never said women.
I never said men. I never said women.
Even though...
Name one girl that looks good at 300 pounds.
Okay, we don't need to get into that. We already know Pearl is a big ol' hypocrite. But she would later change it to no one is attractive at 300 pounds, men and women. And the men would jump on those pearly butt cheeks as well.
Name someone that looks good at 300 pounds.
Me, bitch.
I'm not a cocky person, but you ain't finna call me ugly shorty because you want to project your insecurities. Now, you can go away with all that.
As someone who weighs 300 pounds, I kind of take offense to that.
I don't think I look good, but my wife tells me all the time that I'm handsome.
In the beginning of Just Pearly Things' career, I had many people message me for videos saying, you will love her, she talks about fat positivity, and puts them in their place. She's helping people. So I thought this would be a fun segment to dissect Miss Pearly Things' views on obesity and the fat positive movement, and see if we can come in some type of agreement with the topic, since I normally disagree with her. If she didn't post her other videos, would I love this chick, as some of you said in the beginning? Would I think her videos were insightful? Would they motivate me when I was a bigger woman? Are they well researched and, of course, helpful? People, it's the season of giving, and apparently Miss Pearly Things says she's here to help women lose weight and give them the motivation to get healthy, but others say this is no way to help anyone, and I want to check it out for myself. So get your fluffy blanket, some hot cocoa, and let's look into Miss Pearly Things, the woman who terrorizes the fat community. This video is sponsored by me and my small company, Proto Bakery. Click the link below for a low sugar protein cake donut. More information on this later. Please enjoy the video and thank you so much for being here. In the red pill world, a woman's looks, bodies, and youth are everything, and fat women are at the bottom of the men's picking. Now I know what you're saying. Pearl's not fat by any means, but she definitely does not have the face and the body of these types of women these types of men lust over. Well, for someone who doesn't have the looks, she is not shy in sharing her opinion on women's looks, especially if they're fat, married, and have children. If she's fat, leave her.
If you're getting 50, 75 pounds after a child, and some girls do it without the kid. They gain this weight and they're not even pregnant. They get the ring and they're like, let's let myself go. I have a husband, he'll stay no matter what.
So I can agree that women slack off after marriage and kids when it comes to keeping the body that they themselves find sexy. But with Pearl, she's always only talking about the women. She only holds women accountable and never the men. And something else that I learned from my other Pearl videos is that she just literally goes like this and just pulls facts out of her butt cheeks, and all of her fans go, yes. So me being nosy, curious, and into stats, facts, and snooping. Okay, so I did a few quick Google searches, but since Pearl's content is mostly directed at men and for men and promote men, I will take the Men's Health Magazine report. Men's Health Magazine reports that on average, couples gain about 17 pounds within 1 year of finding love. Another statistic tells us that married women in their early 20s gain an average of 24 pounds in the first 5 years of marriage. Men in the same age group gain an average of 30 pounds. So Pearl, everybody's getting fat after marriage or after they find love. Have you seen the statistics, Pearl? The weight just keeps increasing. Everybody's weight is increasing, including yours. But we'll get to you later. So in the video, she does quickly say, you know, if a man does gain a ton of weight, then the woman should leave, I guess. But every video about obesity is always focused on the woman because she knows that her mostly male fan base, who are mostly unconventionally unattractive, out of shape, average American men, are going to applaud her for telling women they should lose weight for their husbands like her mom did.
Now, I don't always talk about my mom on the channel, but I'll tell you this. My mom was a whale at one point.
Yes, her mom, the whale. How fat was she, Pearl?
She was pretty dang fat.
So I know a lot of people in the comment section say that Pearl hates her mother, the way that she talks about women, and I have looked at her mom, and her mom is a business owner. She's literally everything that Pearl hates, but we will get to a Pearl mom video sometime in another time. We're focused on the fat chicks here. Oh shoot, I did not sing my song, did I? I don't have my microphone either. I will. I'm customizing little dolls. I know, it's weird, but we gotta stay on topic, cause it's another fat chick video, but we're talking about Miss Pearly things and what she thinks about fat women. Okay, so I'm sure you guys are concerned about how she's talking about her mom's weight, but it seems pretty normal in Pearl's household. At least that's the way she makes it. We've caught her in different lies before. But according to her, her mom has always pointed out if she was fat or gaining weight.
And my whole life, my mom always told me, she always told me to stay in shape. And I hated her for it for a long time because she was always telling me like what to eat, and always like if I gained weight, she might say, I would always knew my mom would say something.
So this is probably why it's normal for Pearl to talk the way that she does. Now, if you can get past her calling her mom a fat whale, Pearl makes some really good points in this video. She says that her mother had a really bad sugar habit when she was younger, and then that leaked into all of her children. Mama Pearl had about 7 or 8 kids.
But the problem was before that, because my mom had a bad sugar habit, then all of us got a bad sugar habit.
And this is so true for many children. They eat like their primary caretaker. I rarely ever see an obese parent not feeding their kids the same stuff that they eat. It usually runs in the family, as in the kids eat what the parents eat. So anyway, she goes in and says that her siblings can eat sugar all day because they started out that way. Sugar is extremely addicting, so I can completely relate to her on that.
My mom used to feed me Pop-Tarts.
I can also relate to her on eating a whole box of Pop-Tarts because if I eat a whole box of Pop-Tarts, I would want even more. Why? Sugar. So do you think being obese is selfish? Well, just Pearly things does.
And I think it's actually quite selfish to be fat. I think it's really selfish because your kids are the ones that are gonna have to take care of you. So you're basically saying, I don't have any self-control, and now my kids, you're not gonna have as long of a life with your children.
So I can agree with being obese is kind of selfish in a way. I look at it as the same way as smoking or drinking a lot. Smoking, drinking, over-consuming in food, which then leads to being obese. You're basically digging your own grave. There are many studies proving that all of those things lead you to, well, 1, a lot of health issues, and 2, an earlier death. So I can agree that if you are going to be a parent, you would want to be here as long as you can to see your kids do their stuff. You don't want to die from something that is preventable. So Pearly, I agree. Oh, look at that, she's smiling. Why fat shaming exists? Let's see what she has to say. Why does fat shaming exist? I'm guessing she's gonna give us some history on obesity, some history on bullying. I want this question answered, Pearl.
And my issue is whenever I fat shame the whales, they're like, you're not thin enough to be fat shaming me. And I'm like, well, I get fat shamed too. And you work on it and you try to get better. But it's like, fat people think they're above being made fun of. I can be made fun of because I'm a ginger. Men can be made fun of for being short. Everyone else can be made fun of. Why are you special? Why are you special? And the worst part is you can change it. Men can't change being short, but you sure as hell can change not eating 10 Krispy Kremes in a day, Rebecca.
Pearl, you need to check like the titles. That didn't answer the question as to why it exists, but I do agree with what's in the video. Whenever I talk about fat positivity or I critique it and I'm personally talking about health, and the first thing people want to insult you about is your femininity or your lack thereof and calling you masculine. Pearl, your community and the fat acceptance community actually is notorious for making fun of masculine women. It's funny, you love telling women they're too big when you built like Michael Phelps. But yeah, I do think a lot of fat people have been the butt of the joke for years. If you go back 10 years and shows, being fat was just the joke, just being fat. And fat people probably got tired of it. They built up the anger. TikTok got invented and now they have a voice and boom, fat acceptance was born. So now they just make jokes out of themselves by having a fat acceptance community and trying to tell everybody that we should just accept the fat and that obesity is healthy. So Pearl, I agree that if you make fun of a fat person or you make a joke, any type of fat joke on the internet, you will get dead on the internet because you're literally like punching down. Fat people are allowed to say whatever they want because they are not the picture of beauty when it comes to just the world. Yes, a lot of people are obese, but many of them are trying not to be obese. All in all, I do agree with her. We are agreeing on a lot, Pearl, but we only scratched the surface of her fat chick content. Through the years, Pearl seems to have become an expert on obesity and weight loss. She actually just debunks obesity, just the whole thing.
You're looking for exceptions rather than the rule. Like, you're looking for the exception. Most people are fat because they eat too much and don't exercise.
That's how they get fat. You have to eat too much.
So, right. And so when I say, what I was talking about in that post was leaving the whales. So if a girl, I was talking about if a girl gets a ring, okay, and then she's 120 and she decides to gain 100 pounds to 220, I said, leave the whale, because I'm sorry, you made the choice to gain 100 pounds. That's disrespectful to your husband. And, you know, you can disagree with calling her a whale, but like, what else are you gonna call her? That's a big woman.
All right, so once again, she didn't debunk obesity. She didn't even solve it. She gave no advice. She said just leave the whale. Something that interests me about Pearl and her followers is they talk about how women should listen to men, be more understanding, be soft. Understand when your man cheats because it's probably because you're fat and ugly and annoying. You just have to work through the hard times and change everything about you while your man stays the same.
It's disrespectful to your husband.
Pearl thinks that women need to have very high tolerance when it comes to their man.
Leave marriage for the people that actually believe in for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health till death do us part.
They can cheat, they can be mentally abusive, and you still can't leave because for better or for worse.
I actually think that like women like to be cheated on. I think if you get a high value man, if you choose to marry, if I chose to go down the path of high value man, then that would also be signing up for high value problems. So if men, I just think are biologically predispositioned to sleep with a lot of women. Like, I think if a woman cheats, she's trying to leave you. If a man cheats,
yes.
he's just like, it's like a handshake.
Ladies, you must stay pretty much the same as you did when you met your husband. But for a man, if your woman gets fat, I'm sorry, she morphs into a whale, that's it. For better or for worse, gets thrown out the window. Leave her ass. I don't personally agree with this, and I find it odd that people who are in Pearl's community who believe marriage and for better or for worse don't call her out on this. If you're in a relationship, you must communicate. I'm someone who also values health. Me and my boyfriend have an understanding that we both like muscular bodies, but we we also understand that we're going to change over time. Being healthy and fit and active is very important to us. We met each other fit and active. We want to stay fit and active. With that understanding though, if he started to gain weight, which has happened in the past, I would talk to him. I didn't automatically leave him. I brought it up in a certain way to talk to him and understand what's going on so that I could work with him through some things. There's clearly something going on. Maybe he lost himself around the way, or he got very comfortable and isn't aware of what he's eating anymore. I would think that if you value relationships and you value your partner and you value marriage, that's what you would do through a marriage, not tell someone, if your wife turns into a whale, leave her.
He has a right to leave you.
Especially if she just birthed your kid, Pearl. In Pearl's world, there's no discussion on why many women gain weight after marriage and kids. I totally agree and see that many women gain weight after those things, but it's not simply letting themselves go because they got married and had kids. It's not part of a diabolical plan. It's not in most women's agenda to purposely gain weight and turn it into something that they aren't comfortable with or they find disgusting themselves. Pearl, why don't we talk about the amount of women who lose themselves because they are overwhelmed with the duties of being a mom and they're not having help from their husband? I know Pearl lives in the 1920s, but in modern times, women are working, and even women that work and pay the bills tend to tend more to the children than the males do. You see, in Pearl's world, the husband doesn't have to help with the kids. He is the provider, and the mom stays home. She cooks, cleans, takes care of the home, cooks for the husband, cleans up after the husband, etc., etc. Housewife's duties never end in traditional homes like Pearl. There's traditional homes out there that watch this channel, and I see you guys in the comment section that are doing amazing. That a husband actually works outside the home and then comes home and also still helps with the kids because you ejaculated inside her. The least you can do is help when you get home. So good job for everybody else. But the moms in Pearl's world can't even go to the bathroom by themselves.
Come on out. I need some privacy. Can you get out? Hey.
Let alone go to the gym or work out if they are constantly making food for their husband who refuses to make a sandwich for himself because he thinks it's gay or feminine. Honestly, I find it interesting as she speaks about after marriage and kids and women let themselves go.
They gain this weight and they're not even pregnant. They get the ring and they're like, let's let myself go.
Pearl, you have no husband, no kid. You can't cook. You definitely have gained weight over the years, so I need to know, what the hell is your excuse? Do men actually like overweight women? Some do. I know it's confusing, Pearl, that people are attracted to different types of people, but to make you understand just a little bit more, some men like you.
Today I'm feeling so kind. I'll even add it generally. I won't put men don't like fat chicks. I'll put men generally don't like fat chicks. Or men don't generally like fat chicks.
This woman holds a fashion segment on her Twitter and just, I mean, the fact that, never mind, this is not a fashion video. This is a fat chick video.
I was being a little silly, guys. You know me, I got jokes sometimes. I just decided to tweet some basic things that my mother told me growing up. And you know, this is wisdom that we conventionally got from our grandmothers or great-grandmothers.
My grandma ain't never said that. She said, Michelle, men like some meat on them bones and smash some more double fried chicken on a plate. Speak for yourself, Pearl. Not all of our ancestors.
Our fathers, but for some reason in modern society, everything has just been lost. I really don't get it. So I tweeted, men don't generally like fat chicks.
Let's be completely honest, guys. At this point, she is a troll. I'm not too sure why the fat community takes her all that seriously to blatantly say that no man likes fat chicks.
Generally,
that's just not true. That's like those guys who say men don't like women with tattoos. They only like pure women with no ink on their body, like Pearl.
I have 0 tattoos and I'm very proud of it.
Pearl, are you telling me you have an uninked body? Where's Pearl's and that cute little fluffy around the shoulder number and you still can't find a husband?
I was being a little silly.
Anyway, no, we're getting off topic.
What guy with money, power, and status married a big girl?
Someone who has a preference for women.
Someone who likes. But nobody. But I'm saying nobody. The guys that have all the options, nobody does it. Just like a beautiful woman is never going to pick a broke man in the same way.
So
the top 10, 15. No, it's not agree. It's like if we look at the men that have everything, the most desired men in society, they don't typically pick big girls. The same way the most desired women in society don't typically pick broke men.
I can agree with this. We're talking about the most desired men, right? Like the most richest women and men, and they take care of themselves, they have money, their image is very important to them, most likely they aren't going to go for someone who looks like Tess Holliday. They want to be desired, and therefore they want their partner to also be desired so they can be a whole desirable couple, and we all fume at the mouth from how desirable they are when we see them. So I don't agree that those type of men aren't attracted to fat women. I think they would keep it on the down low. And that's the problem I have with Pearl. She literally goes from saying the most high class desirable men don't want fat women, and then she says no man wants these fat women, as if there's all these desirable men that are put together and not sloppy at all, while women are dowdy and fat and don't take care of themselves. And none of these men are attracted to fat women. There's literal websites dedicated to obese women doing their thing. There's fat women on dating sites that have no problem, and almost half of America is obese, and I think half of America is married, maybe a little less now, I'm not too sure, less people are getting married. And a lot of those married people have to be obese. Some of these men are out here picking fat women, just like some of these women are also picking fat men. What I'm saying is to blatantly say men don't like fat women is just absurd. It's just as absurd as me saying no man is attracted to Pearl. There's plenty of men in our comment section that are interested in Pearl. Just because I find her large mouth and weird revolting personality off-putting doesn't mean that a man will click on YouTube and scroll around and suddenly lay eyes on such a masculine, pearl-wearing woman, flap out his eggplant, and start going at it. Right? Someone finds her gorgeous. I personally don't find her ugly. It's just the fact that her personality is weird.
I got jokes.
And so I think she looks weird. Anyway, so Pearl goes on and explains why some men pick fat women.
Okay, I'll give you an analogy, okay? Some guys might still eat the pizza. I mean, it's there, right? It's available. It's usually not that hard. However, they're not gonna, a giant ass pizza, they're not gonna put it at the front of their cuisine. They're not gonna show it to all their friends. They might, you know, when no one's looking.
This is a dumb analogy. If she would check the rising obesity stats, she would know that many men and women are loud and proud about their pizza.
But, you know, I'm wrong. Men love girls that are 300 pounds. I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm just wrong.
So what? What you're saying is men are very easy, slutty almost, and don't value their body so much, so they will give it to any woman, even if they think the woman is trash. Because in this community, if your body ain't right and you're over 24, you're trash. And two, what you're saying is, I'm right, they do it in secret. And so they have some type of attraction to them.
But,
it's tiring, huh, girl, looking like a damn fool every day.
Guys, please stop arguing me.
Ooh, look, it's the pink number again. And this, like, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell does this remind me of? I can't think of the character, and Big Bertha. Big Bertha from Chuck E. Cheese, that's extremely mean, but stay with me now. They have the same hair, same broad shoulders, same mouth. Oh my God, give her some pearls and a mic and boom, twins.
Exception. Yes, there are some fat chicks that have good figures, but they're not the rule. Most women are kind of shaped like a donut.
Well, it's a great segue into my sponsorship. Hello, are you a housewife? Overworked? Oh my God, yes. Fat, shaped like a donut. It's just hard doing everything. And you like donut? Uh-huh. But you absolutely suck at baking. Oh shit! I burned the cake! Well, don't worry, because now there's Proto, a low sugar treat with 10 grams of protein. No baking needed. Just open, eat, look hot, and get back to those kids. Wow, Proto makes everything better. Now we'll have a great Christmas, because I'm no longer stressed. Thanks, Proto! Get your box by clicking the link below. And now back to your regular scheduled programming. Okay, back to the shaped like a donut woman.
They get fat. It's just like blah, 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 you know. Exceptions don't make the rule, and 70% of us are overweight in this country.
Where did that come from? This is proof that Pearly things she literally just reaches down here, pulls shit out. Where the hell did she get 70%? Pearl, 30% of people are overweight and 40% are obese. They're both different things. This is the woman that y'all are listening to. I understand getting things wrong. Happens to me, happens to everybody. But Miss Pearly things couldn't even do a simple Google search for stats of obesity. She wasn't even close. She really just thought of a number and said it, and her fan base was like, yes, truth. No, it is not the truth. I mean, we're getting there, at least in America, but we're not there yet. So Pearl is a full-on athlete. She's to do volleyball, she trains like an athlete.
I deadlift 300 pounds.
But over the years, like many of the women she talks about, she stopped exercising, stopped training like an athlete, and well, kept eating like an athlete. The thing though that is interesting is Pearl has no kids, no husband. She's on Twitter all the time.
You know, I saw this on Twitter, and Twitter really does spark a lot of my thoughts.
She has all this free time. I know she ain't cooking. I expect her to handle that sugar addiction shit and lose the weight. I know there's angles, but you looking kind of big here, girl. And you know what? She said that she's doing something about it. So without further ado, let's get into Just Pearly Things weight loss journey. So Miss Pearl's weight loss journey started about a year ago.
So I want to lose 15 more pounds, and then I'm at my goal weight and I'm good.
3 months later, she gave us a little update, still saying she wants to lose those 15 pounds that she mentioned 3 months earlier. There has been absolutely no updates since then, but she did post one workout video. I heard a lot of bitches want to fight me.
I'd rather be a pick me than a skip me.
Calm down, Pearl. So in this clip, she proves that if any of you bitches want to hop in the ring with her, this is what you're up against.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flicker. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up.
Kick any of these females' ass. Pearl hard as fuck.
There's just something comical. Not only filming themselves doing this, but then they have their so-called friend make sure to tell the camera, don't mess with her, as she has that classic pearly smile and very interesting punches. Not that I want to fight her. I'm not wasting my muscles on her. That would be weird, and I'm an adult. I can talk it out or walk away. And to people saying, oh, you're scared of Pearl. Yeah, I'm extremely frightened. Can you imagine fighting Pearl and she's just coming at you with that freaky Fred grin? Oh my God. I like Courage the Cowardly Dog, but I don't want to be in their universe in real life. Naughty. Anyway, I was very interested to see some like before and after pictures, her lifting weights. There was like none of that. I wanted to see her lift the 300 pounds. There was a foot race. I was expecting some like good form running up the stairs, chest up, controlled breath, since you know, she's such an athlete.
I deadlift 300 pounds.
Come on, girl, you gotta prep for that husband. You know it's a lot of work chasing around kids all day. Since your husband don't have to help, you might wanna focus less on lifting 300 pounds and more on your cardio. Yeah, she didn't win. So I obviously critique Pearl's views on women and how they shouldn't vote, how she made shirts how they shouldn't vote, who the fuck would wear that in the open. But it was cool to see her move rather than sit in front of a microphone saying women shouldn't vote while cosplaying as Big Bertha. But that obviously doesn't get the views, telling women that they're fat and that men don't find them attractive and that they're ugly and that they're whales do. That's with anyone. Workout videos, they are dead. People love the drama, and with all of that being said, I do still want to see her hit her goal of 15 pounds. I mean, I think it's gonna be 2 years now. So I'm hoping she posts the before and after pictures since it's been well over a year. She still hasn't had the kiddos yet. She still hasn't found a man yet. She's had plenty of time for this. The pounds should be lost by now. There was a post that I don't think I can find anymore, but there was a post a long time ago that I saved because I was planning on making this video, and now I lost that file of little things I wanted to talk about when I came to Pearl. But she was with 2 women and they were talking about how they are starting a group or a Discord or something to help women want to lose weight. Now I looked at it on Google and that was a while ago, so I would think that if it was thriving, it would have came up in the search engine. But let's just be honest, Pearl is not trying to help women lose weight. She's not even trying to help men. If she was trying to help her audience when she brought up women being obese, she would also have brought up the fact that men are more likely to experience chronic health conditions earlier than women, and that men have shorter lives. In almost all countries all over the world, women outlive men. So sure, we might be fatter, but for some reason, even the fat women take care of themselves health-wise compared to men. If you really wanted to help men, wouldn't she bring that up? Just Pearly Things isn't trying to empower anyone. She doesn't care about the men on her channel. She only cares about making money. And to the people who ask me to talk about Pearl's fat videos and that I would probably really like them, I enjoy talking about them and making fun of them. But for my own personal watch time, I didn't like them because I like videos that give me more information, not just men hate fat women, men need more sex, fat women suck. It just sounds something an 11-year-old boy would say because he heard his dad say it, except Pearl is a grown woman and heard odd men on the internet say it and now regurgitating all of what they're saying to get approval or a date with men that don't even respect her.
Hello and welcome back to Alpha Male 2.0, the Unchained Man, where I, your prime alpha, help you break out of that beta shell and find your true male potential. Today we're discussing the biggest threat to men, cats. Women are choosing cats instead of getting married, having kids, and making men sandwiches. Andrew, can we get your input? I would say that these women are abominations and what's wrong with society today, and cause all of the world's problems, Justin. Braden, do you have any feedback on this issue?
Cats are the beta version of its prime counterpart, the lion. This is detrimental to men everywhere. Women choosing the beta version of the king of the jungle, declaring war on all men.
I agree.
Who the fuck is this ugly bitch?
I'm Pearl. This is actually my show.
Do you know who this is? Her lips are moving, but I don't hear nothing because I only hear men.
You want me to take her out?
Women shouldn't vote.
And all of a sudden I hear what she's saying.
Non-virgin women are futile and deserve nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Are you sure you're not a man?
She's the perfect woman.
I'm also single, Justin.
Well, coming up, we discuss the second biggest threat to men, single moms. Join us as we yell at these women for 2 hours.
I hate you! You're nothing!
And then hit on them when the cameras turn off.
Just...
Remember, men, stay loud, proud, and stay unchained.
So that's a little embarrassing. You guys, thank you so much for coming to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And please check out Brent LeBlanc from Little Lion Voice. He tried to sponsor my video, but I was like, why don't you just be in the video? He's worked with Doritos and McDonald's and offers voiceovers and narration services for YouTube channels, national and global companies, animations, and more. To contact him, his link is below, and thank you to Kevin from Pure Bullfit who voiced Alpha Male 3. His socials are also in the description below. Don't forget to hit subscribe button. My goal is to get to 800,000 followers. Pearl has more followers than me. You're gonna let Pearl have more followers than me. I gave you a Barbie skit in stop motion. You know how long it took these hands to do that? If you could press the subscribe button, please do. Don't prove Miss Pearly things right that women are lazy. All you have to do is click a button.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
I got jokes sometimes.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrum.